All right, everybody, it's time for another episode of DWMOD, and we're making that transition, baby. The Big Six picks. The season is over. We've got the final standings coming for you up in this episode, but we're also going to bridge right into this year's NFL and CFP college and NFL wild card. I got to start over. Fuck that up. My bad. All right, everybody, it's time for another episode of DWMOD. Hey, we're ready to go. The season's over. Big Six Picks is over. We've got the final standings. We're going to give them to you in the episode. We're also going to be getting into this year's playoff pick'em. We got the college football playoff. We've got wild card weekend. It's this year's contest. We got Anthony Fanelli. We got Gabe McAteer. Of course, Andy St. Clair's in the house. We're going to be done and running down our regular stuff this week, too, guys. We got quick hits. No way. Knock it off. It's all coming with some crimes against football. It's all here, baby. Stick around.
We cutting loops.
Touchdown.
Ready? College football is now B1G versus SEC.
Down. Put.
If you ain't listening to All Right Bet with me and Andy St. Clair, you're throwing away money.
Ready?
All Lions fans drinking that Kool-Aid. Super Bowl. Hey, disagree with me or don't. That's how it works. Yes, Andy St. Clair, that's how it works, baby. The season's over.
Oh, my God. It went by too fast.
Well, too fast. God, it flew by, man. It's like 18 weeks. It feels like we just started last week.
I know. You know what I missed the most, I think, more than anything, though, is the Monday night game. Because the Monday night game, because, Sunday you're watching, and then Sunday night's great. That's a great game. And then Monday night, you have that game Monday night, and then it's only a couple more days, and you maybe get a MAC game on Wednesday. Football's still around. But when there's no Monday night game,
yeah.
It's painful.
When you see the FCS championship game on Monday Night Football, that's it.
Yeah, that's the hardest one. I hate, not that it's the best game. It's a good restart of the week again.
Yeah. And what a finish if you watch that thing, man. Congrats to Jim Starr's Montana State Cougs, man. They won the damn thing. But what did you watch that? What a finish.
A little bit. Yeah. I was kind of rooting for Illinois State. Just,
it was nutty. Illinois State gets the field goal to win the game with like a minute something to go. They get it blocked. Get it blocked, and then they go into overtime. They score, and then they get their extra point blocked, and then they've got Montana State backed up at the end of the damn thing, and they end up scoring a touchdown, getting the extra point. It was crazy, man. It was crazy.
Right. Montana State was like a 10-point favorite too.
Oh yeah, they burned me. I mean, they were up 28-7 in the game, man.
Yeah,
and then just laid it down. So the overhit like crazy. We saw that coming. But anyway, man, we're on to it, baby. It's a playoff pick'em. We got the playoff pick'em coming up. The Big Six picks. We're transitioning there. We're including the college football playoff like we started doing last year. Anthony Fanelli is going to be in the house. Burt Rivers, frozen in the 70. He's going to be here again with his picks. Gabe McAteer going to be here with his picks. He's going to be on the panel with us this year for the foursome. Andy, going for the three-peat, man.
Yeah, this is kind of, I just get in the playoffs. I don't play hard to win the regular season. I just want to get in. And then when I get in, I'm a lot like the Chiefs, the old Chiefs, I guess now we can say.
Yeah.
That's when I'm a hard out. I'm a hard out here. I'm gonna grind it down and go for the win.
We're gonna grind it down and go for the win here, man. Well, we'll see. We're gonna get to that. We're gonna get to that stuff, man. But before we get to it, we got to jump into some crimes against football this week, man. And this week, crimes against football are brought to you by True Laundry Detergent and Gordon Butterfield on the call for What Just Happened.
Oh, what just happened?
What Just Happened is brought to you by True Laundry Detergent. It's a locally owned company, and these fellas live in the neighborhood. They're saving you money. There's 101 loads in one bag. They got laundry detergent and fabric softener. They've even got dry sheets for you. Got sensitive skin, they've got the free and clear. No fragrances, no dyes, no additives. Or if you don't like liquids, they've even got the detergent sheets. Just drop one in every load. There's 60 loads in that box. Just head on over to thetrueproducts.com for all your laundry needs. And don't forget to use your code CUTTINGLOOSE1 to get you 10% off your first order. That's True Laundry Detergent. It's Gordon approved.
It's always a game of chance on the giant water slide, but Janet Kopakowski's ready to see what turns up on the river. And take off. Oh, she's too stiff. That's a bad idea. Fusion surgery. Oh, my. Let's take another look and see where she destroys vertebrae C4 and 5 and 6 and 7. She's sky high and looks like she died 5 days ago. Rigor mortis. Ho my. Her back's as red as a beet. Oh, what just happened?
That was hitting a little close to home right now, Hobby.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I looked up. It says Royal Flush on the thing. I looked that up. That's in Waco, Texas, supposedly. Waco, yeah. It's a gravity-defying multi-tiered water slide at BSR Cable Park in Waco, Texas.
It looks fucking nutty, man. I mean, it's a thing that I wouldn't even hesitate to try, but now I think I'm getting to a place where like I might not do that anymore.
I was about to say the exact same thing. Like 20 years ago, but I'd have been face first.
I mean, 10 years ago, I'd have been face first. Now I'm like,
I think I would do it now. I think I would do it, but I would do it one time, just one time, probably.
I would see how it goes. I think I'd have to see how it goes because here's the thing. If we were out at the old Royal Flush Water Beach and Park there in Texas, we're probably having some pops. We're probably getting after it.
Yeah, no doubt. Like, yeah, I would need someone to go first, and then I would need to trust that person to tell me the truth. Be like, it's not bad. Or like, no, it's going to fuck you up when you land. I'll be like, okay, I think I'm out.
Maybe 4 or 5 brass monkeys in, and I'd be guaranteed to lie to you. I mean, I'd go first, and no matter how I felt, I'd be like, "Oh, see, great, it's great." And as soon as you're on top of the slide, I'd be telling everybody, "I'm done, I'm done." Wait till he goes, I'm done.
Yeah, for sure. I would do it though. I think you're right. A couple drinks, I would do it.
A couple of drinks, I'd probably do it. All right, well, let's get into this week's. Look, some crimes against football, baby. There we go. Those two gentlemen there, the biggest crimes against football ever. Bunch of dirty bastards right there. Okay, hey, we got to dive into the refereeing this year. I'm not listen. We've got some friends that we watch games with and stuff that are big time referee complainers. You and I, not those guys. We're just not like be able to watch a game objectively and just be like, that's a bad call. My team benefited, but that was a bad call, or that's a good call. Whatever. I'm not a referee crybaby. There's opportunities to win the games. The refereeing this year in the NFL, however, we've touched on this, Andy. It's been abysmal, like egregiously incompetent. Yeah.
Yeah. It's a tough spot. I think we've said multiple times on this pod, which is like, what are the rules? Like, just tell me what the rules are. Because like sometimes it's hard to understand them and then they change and then it's weird. And, it's a tough spot too, because like as soon as they help get like, robots involved, I don't know a better word, but then we're going to complain about that too, so it's a tough spot. It's a tough spot.
Yeah. I'm not a fan of getting all the robots involved and going completely electronic because everybody thinks, well, it's perfect and they're smarter than humans. And I'm like, guys, that's so much easier manipulated. They will manipulate the hell out of that because everyone will be like, well, the computer said. At least with the humans, we can see when it's bad or not. Give me the humans because then I can go, they blew it. Don't give me the computers and then be like, well, the computer said. And I'm going, I can see with my eyes the computer is wrong. Someone's lying. You know what I mean? Like, I don't want to be lied to, I guess, right? I don't want to be lied to. I'd rather just be a bad call.
Yeah, and I think like it's a change. Maybe we said this a couple weeks ago, and I think about the Lions game some, and then that's just one of like 20 other bad calls. The Lions game where he calls the timeout, and the guy jumps off sides and like
terrible.
Yeah.
How about this one? How about this one real quick and continue your thought, but go, you can talk through this. That one right there, that's a touchdown. And they reviewed it and stuck with it. But go ahead with your point.
Right. Oh, no, I was like, I want them to do like the coaches get like one ultimate red challenge or something where anything, pass interference, anything like that. Like pass interference will be a hard one to overturn. So I probably wouldn't waste it on pass PI, but like just won a game, right? Like something where they're like, no, seriously, we believe this. Let's relook at it. Like just one, then I get like 2 or 3 challenge flags.
Yeah, like give them a blue flag, and when a referee tells them that's a non-reviewable call, they can go, well, I'm using my blue flag. I want it reviewed.
Yeah, just something like that. Just give them one flag and help them out.
I mean, something, but like my biggest point though is like exactly what I was saying earlier is like I didn't want to be lied to. Just make it a bad call, and then hey, these are human beings, man. You missed it. It's a bad call. It's a good call. I don't want to be lied to, and I feel like that's where the biggest issue is this year. Was a lot of New York chiming in, late calls, and New York calling in and changing things. This one that we just showed you here, a quick look at this again. Like, how are you going to tell me you went back and looked at this? That's not even close. That's not a bad call. That's egregious lie. That's an egregious lie that's a touchdown. Like,
Yeah.
it's coming from and why.
Did you by chance watch any ACC football games this year? Like just
God, plenty.
Okay. You know, when they go into the challenge, or the coaches challenge, did you see what they did there?
I love it.
That everywhere. Like you go into the replay booth, you get to hear the audio of the replay booth. You're basically the official in that moment, and it's awesome. It's great. It's also riveting. It doesn't make the challenges feel that boring. You know, 100%. You're like, oh, I'm into this. I'm into this. So I wish the NFL would do that. I wish that all college conferences would do that.
Yeah. And if you guys are unaware, like Andy did a good job explaining, I'm just going to dive in a little deeper. They will show a shot of the people in the booth, wherever they're at, what city they're at, watching the replay.
New York or whatever. Yeah.
New York. Yeah. And they'll show them talking to the guy, the referee on the field as he's watching on the screen. And they'll be saying, okay, so Dave, here we go. I think I got the knee down right there at the 48. You agree? Everybody agrees. Yeah, I see the knee. We agree. The knee's down there. Like they'll talk right through it. And it's amazing. And there's total transparency and you'll see what they're calling. And we're never going to have that in the NFL. They'll never show us that. No way. Right.
It'd be awesome if they did though. Cause that
would be. It would be. It would be because you could probably avoid some of this play. Here's a crime against football last week in this Carolina game. You see this play? Like this is clearly a lateral by Young to Dowdell, and he drops it, picks it up, wants to take off. Now, the only reason he stopped right there, if you guys didn't see this game, he didn't stop right there because, oh, darn, I dropped the pass. He stopped because this official that comes running in immediately blew the whistle. Like this guy right here coming up on top of the screen, he's blowing the whistle and running in incomplete. And Dowdell's like, bro, that's a lateral. And I had open field. Like I was going to take off running. Here's the kicker. They didn't come back like they normally would, Andy, in years past and be like, inadvertent whistle. It's our fault. We blew it, but the play's dead. We fucked up. It was a whistle. Sorry. They came back and said that it was a lateral that went out of bounds. And they marked the ball where it went out of bounds. And Dowdell's like, I had the ball. What are you talking about? Like these egregious lies were like, we can see it with our eyes. It's not what happened. Where is this coming from?
Yeah, that Carolina game was poorly officiated.
Horrible.
It was a very important game too. You know.
Very important. And that play right there was the difference of a field goal if he takes off running with that ball. And that was the difference in the game.
Now, you keep saying Dowdell. I would say Dowdle. Rico Dowdle.
Is it Dowdle?
It's Dowdle, but I do like Dowdell. It sounds more interesting as a running back to me.
I'm living in the South now, so I'm having conversations with people, and they're going, "Oh, Rico Dowdell running the ball now." Rico
Dowdle, yeah, but I like calling him Dowdell. I'm going to be rooting for Dowdell on Saturday, I guess, just so. We have to talk about Dowdell the following week.
And Dowdell, ring that bell. Bell. I don't know what's going on, though, but I said this before, and I'll say it again really quickly. It's like with this year with the officiating, I feel like I'm one of those detectives in one of those great crime movies where, like, I've got the photos all over the wall, and I've got the yarn going from photo to photo, and I know who all the players are, and I see all the things, the crimes that are happening that I can see with my eyes, but I don't know why they're committing the crimes. I don't know who's behind it. What's the outcome? I can't solve this case until I figure out the why. And I don't have the why right now, but it's crazy.
Yeah. And it's going to be, it's going to be like that for a few more years until like somebody eventually the NFL will have to take a swing or stab at something, have to make a little movement.
Or we're going to
NFL's not in any hurry because they don't need to,
Yeah. Right.
We're all still watching the game. It's kind of a part of the game, in some way. And sometimes, by the way, it goes your way. I always think about 85 Royals Cardinals World Series.
Yeah.
Where Don Dickinger missed that so badly. And as a kid, I was, 9 or 10 at that point. I was like, okay.
Yeah.
That's great.
Yeah.
Cool. So when it goes your way, you remember it. When it doesn't go, another one in my life is like Missouri, Colorado. I think it was Colorado or Missouri.
5 downs. Yeah.
5 downs. Now that one, furious. I was
Yeah.
absolutely furious about that one.
Led to a national title for the Buffaloes.
Buffalo's won the national title. They lose to Missouri when they should. Like now I'm going to spiral, but when they should have lost to Missouri,
Yeah.
they would have won the national title.
And in the Orange Bowl, the Buffaloes won the game when Rocket Ishmael's punt return is called back at the end of the game with like 40 seconds left, a minute left or whatever. It's called back for a block in the back, which now that you can go back and watch that if you want to, guys. That is a really close one. And everybody gets on this referee because we can close it down to like hair of a second or whatever. But the bottom line as a football coach is the guy that did it is a dumbass. I don't care if you think it was a block in the back or not. It was so close and he didn't need to do it. You're a dumbass.
Right. One day we'll have to do a section, a little thing about like guys we loved in college that we thought would be awesome pros.
Oh, we do. God, yeah.
And because Ishmael's one who I was like, God, this guy's awesome. There's two guys to me just absolutely jump out of my mind. And one is in the Hall of Fame, but he still wasn't as good as I thought he was going to be. And his name is Chris Webber. Chris Webber, I thought was going to be maybe one of the best 2 to 3 power forwards of all time.
Yeah.
He could do everything.
No, it did seem that it was going to go that way and then didn't quite pan out. But you're right. We do. I just marked that down. You guys can see me right now. Mark that down because during the offseason, that's going to be a great topic for us. We'll jump on that. All right. One more small little crime against football here, guys. I got one more for you. I had to share this with you if you didn't see it. This is the most uncoordinated, the most softy boy ever coin flip you're going to see in your life. Did you see Trump do the coin flip at the Army-Navy game?
No. I'm not watching that game.
You didn't watch it. You didn't watch it.
Well, you don't care about.
All the real Americans watched it, and a lot of the people who claim they're the real Americans watched their hero, this turd, flip a coin like the biggest Nancy boy you ever saw. Watch this coin flip, Andy.
President, would you do the honors?
What is that?
It is tails. Army, you've won your time.
He tries that flat-handed. He tried it flat-handed.
He just flat hand threw it up in the air and then, like a child, pointed to everybody. There it is, like he had done something. Like, there it is. You see it? It's right there. Yeah, we all see it, man. We're
also,
watching
when you put it in your hand flat-handed, let's say heads is up. When you throw it, it's just going to go and then land. It's going to be heads.
Yeah, it's just going to. I mean, it's barely going to butt. Like that is the worst coin flip I ever saw. And this guy's, doesn't he pride himself on being like a performer and a celebrity and like just good for television, and he knows when the cameras are on? Like, take your glove off and flip the coin.
Well, put it on your thumb, like
like
how we all know how to flip a coin. I'm explaining it like we don't, but we all know how. Right? He's
got those gloves on, and he's like, I can't flip a coin like this. That's the greatest coin flip we ever saw. I'm like, oh.
Just take your glove off for like 10 seconds.
Take your glove off, be a man, and flip the coin. God, that was terrible. That reeked of bone spurs, and I'm not going to go to war to all those military men that were watching. It absolutely did. Let's get to some quick hits. All right, let's talk just a little bit of Lions. I just want to jump on this because the hotness around Detroit and the internet right now after this season is not only the offensive coordinator who was fired, Morton's fired and he's gone, but the big talk is like, we can't do it with Goff. Goff's just not the guy. You can't get it done with Goff. And it just makes me want to pull my fucking hair out, Andy, because here's the guy's numbers. Now, Goff this season, his regular season stats, passing yards, 4,564, touchdowns 34, INTs 8, QBR of 58. Now, let's look at the interceptions really quick. That he threw 2 or 3 like in that second to last game that were inadvertent, some balls tipped, some rushed and stuff. He only had 5 INTs going into the last 2 games of the season. 35-5. A ton of this guy was not the problem, and not the problem. The interior line was brutal.
Yeah. I mean, Goff, I've had my issues with Goff a little bit, but Goff threw for, I think, the second most passing yards this year. I think he was number 2. I think I want to say Stafford was 1. I'm not quite sure.
Stafford was 1, yeah.
But that Goff's not the problem. Like it's That's not the issue with the Lions. Like he's fine. Goff's fine.
I would argue he's better than fine, guys. Look around the league and quit thinking that you're going to get a Stafford or I don't know, whoever, these MVP type guy, Drake May, maybe it's his first year doing it, but you're not getting Josh Allen. There's only so many guys, and this guy is in the topper echelon of that. How many games during the season, Andy, you're watching some Lions with the rest of our buddies out there. How many games during the year that we're down because the defense has been so bad, the interior line is so bad, and we're struggling to rush the ball, and Goff's taking us down the field in the fourth quarter, getting a couple scores, keeping us in it, maybe a score to go ahead. Couple games he won, the referees wound back on us, the Pittsburgh game. Like, this guy's not the problem. You could win a Super Bowl with this guy easily.
Well, also, not that anybody's saying this, but like, you can't start over. This Lions team still has like a lot of dudes on there. Like offensively, like you got Gibbs and Montgomery, and you still have Jameson for now, and you have St. Brown for now. Like, there's no like, what are you going to do? You're going to get like, tell me, you're going to get like a Penix? Like, why? What? No way.
Yeah.
Like, can't do it.
Tell me you're a dumbass football fan who don't know shit without telling me. All you need to do is immediately start bitching about the quarterback when he's this good. It wasn't the quarterback. We couldn't run the ball the way we did. The interior line was abysmal. I mean, just bad. The defense, again, we were down like 7-8 starters by the end of the year on defense again. The injury bug, Dan Campbell complex. There's a lot of shit that went into this. It wasn't just Goff, man. Come on.
No, it's not Goff. I think I texted you this, but my big Lions prediction is that in like the 2028 season, there's no more Dan Campbell.
That's possible.
I think he's gonna. I don't know why. I just think part of it is that the Lions now are a pretty good franchise. It's gonna be one of those things where Campbell got him. He did his job. He has done his Lions job, which is he made the Lions very relevant. The front office is great. The Lions have a lot of talent. Then that team's not going away. They're going to win. The floor is like 8 or 9 games next year. I would be more shocked if they won 4 games.
Yeah. You know what we got to do, Louis? You got to dig up the old intro song from a couple of years ago, the year after Dan Campbell's first season, when we were not good at all. I think we won 3 or 4 games or whatever, and everybody wanted to bounce him right then. And then our intro song, I'm right on there saying, man, I'm all in for the Dan Campbell experience right now, for nothing more than it's going to change the culture and let the next guy worry about winning the Super Bowl. This guy can turn it around. Yeah. And that's what you just said. Like the next guy can win the Super Bowl.
I hope he stays. I love him. I think
I love him.
Coach. Like, I think he'd also be awesome on Fox, for example. He'd be a good TV guy. I always also think one of the things that hurt the Lions outside of the injuries on the defensive end was Laporta. Like when Laporta went out, like he just does a lot for that team, and not just catching the ball. Like he's a good blocker. Like he does a lot, and I thought that hurt him. I mean, they still went 9-8. Like everybody's like, what a horrible year. They were 9-8, right? A couple breaks go their way. They're 11-6, and they're in the playoffs. So, and that we'd be talking about them this week as like road dog. Who I'm like, well, I can't wait to take the Lions. I would take the Lions in San Francisco right now. If they play Sunday, I'd take them.
Yeah, for sure. The only thing I think Dan really needs to figure out before next year is the line between balls and irresponsibility. He just doesn't understand that. Like balls is fine. Going for it is fine. When it's irresponsible and just a bad decision, you have to talk that voice down of I'll fight everyone in the bar right now.
Yeah. We were talking about it last night in the group I was out with, and it's like we're all saying the same thing. It's like, sometimes just take the 3, right? I'm not saying
or punt the ball.
Time. Yeah, I'm not saying every time. You can still go for it occasionally.
Sure.
But like, look, when it's like 4th and 7, 4th and goal to 7, like, let's not go for a touchdown. Let's just take 3 points and then fight another day, type of thing.
Right. And we've talked about this before. The field goal ones is like, okay, we can all argue 6 of one, half dozen of the other on field goal stuff. To me, it's the bigger stuff for like football nerds like me and you, where it's like, this is a field goal game. It's late in the first quarter, and you can already tell this is a field goal game, and you keep going for it at the 50 and giving them field position. This whole game revolves around flipping the field, and you refuse to punt the ball. I mean, you can't do it. You just can't do it.
That, like, I get it. I say we all say it all the time. Like, you're not going to win games kicking field goals.
Sure.
But doesn't mean you're just going to constantly keep kicking field goals, right? Or keep going for it. Like, yes, you can go for it once at the 50, and then you don't get it. Okay, maybe next time we don't think you're a coward if you punt it. We are like, thank you. We're actually at home being like, thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you for making this choice. We need to just punt and we'll figure it out.
Just do it, man. You know, it's like so many people misunderstand that statement of you can't win by kicking field goals, because the flip side of that is, you know how many games are won by a field goal? Fucking lot.
A lot.
You know what I mean? So just take the points. Just look at Andy Reid. Just look at Andy Reid.
Look
He
at
takes the
Tomlin.
points.
Tomlin, I was shocked when Tomlin didn't take the 3 at the end of the first half. I was like,
Shocked.
I can't believe he's going for it.
Everybody in the world, too, even the announcers, was in agreement of, well, now you got the PI, you got to go for it. And I'm like, no, you don't. You're getting the ball after the half.
I mean, I guess on that one, Tomlin's like, we're at the 1, right? 1 yard. We're going to go. His play call was atrocious.
Abysmal.
Like, what are you doing? But put Hayward in and get a yard, whatever you have to do.
You know what I mean? But again,
generally, like those Harbaugh, both of them, Tomlin, Reed, the older, wiser coaches almost always take the 3.
Almost always, man. I didn't understand it either. I was like, Tom, what are you doing here, man? You're getting the ball at the half, and this is absolutely a field goal game. Just kick that one and then get the ball and go down and get some more and take the lead.
Yeah.
I don't know, man. I don't know. All right, let's take a look at one more thing. This is the greatest touchdown assist I've ever seen in my life. Okay, now you know what I mean by touchdown assist. There's somebody you got guys that push, right? You got guys pushing guys into the end zone. Andy, you've never seen anything like this. Watch this play from, I think this is a Division 2 or 3 football game this couple of weeks ago, maybe a playoff game. Watch this. Okay, let's take a look at this kid. He's going to throw a quick short pass here to this running back.
Okay.
Now, running back, keep a close eye on this offensive tackle right here.
Oh.
Now we're going to get a close up. Louis,
hit there.
He holds him up. He holds him up and pushes him past the next guy, and then picks up a block, man. Like, let's hit that slow mo, Louis. You got to cut back on that, right? Here we go. Watch this. This tackle right here is going to lift him right up and keep him off the ground. But not only that, then he's going to hold on to him and run him right by these next 2 guys and keep him up, gets his balance back, and then he's going to shed off here and make a block.
Yeah. Okay.
Look at this score. You ever seen anything like that?
No, that's a guy I'd go to a bar with. I'd be like, if you were like, I want this guy in case I go, like, anything bad happens. This guy's got me. I feel like he has me.
Yeah, where is Jeff Saturday on this play, baby? Why is this not on ESPN? This is a Jeff Saturday special right here, man.
That was a great one. I love the kids. I'm all for the guy.
That was fucking great, man. All right, buddy. Let's as we blend into No Way here. I don't think there's any way better to start it than Myles Garrett taking the sack record and Michael Strahan. I don't want to pile on Michael Strahan. He might have just been in jest or joking around a little bit, but this is what he had to say about it here. I hold the record for a 16-game season, but these other 2 guys, meaning Watt and Myles, they hold the record for a 17-game season. Like, I did it in 16 games. You know what I mean? And Michael, I got to tell you.
No way. There's no way. No way.
First of all, let's just get to the meat and potatoes here, which I'm sure you've seen, Andy. But if the rest of you hadn't seen, here, someone broke it down exactly how many snaps it took. Doesn't matter how many games you played. How many snaps did you play on defense? Look at this. Strahan, 567 through 16 games. TJ Watt, 616. Myles Garrett did it in 437 snaps, like almost 200 less snaps than Watt and 130 less snaps than Strahan. He's a beast, dude.
Oh, yeah. No, Garrett's awesome.
He's the best.
The problem is, like, my only problem with Garrett is, like, I don't feel super sorry for him. Like, I'm not like, we got to get him a good team. He took the money.
He took the money.
And like, so like now I'm like, you're just going to lose.
Yeah.
Right? Like, it's like he could have had a lot of options. So like, I don't know. I'm torn on the Garrett part of it for me. I'm like, don't you want to play for like a winning team? He had all the, the backing had everything on his side, and he kind of just
got traded out. He took the money. He took the money. Now, here's the thing I'll say about that. Like, you're right. He took the money. I also don't know the inside of that. Like, I don't know him well enough to not say that maybe he's maybe that was the thing where he's like, look, man, I'm going to be a Brown. I want to be here. I want to win here. I just want to be paid, but I want to stay and I want to be a winner here, because it was just 2 seasons ago that they really did have the best defense in the NFL. And if they could have had some consistent quarterback play, they could have made a run through the AFC. It was just 4 years ago that they were close to the AFC Championship game. He could be in that locker room going, this is a killer defense. If we just get the quarterback situation right, I don't know. I'm not in on it enough to know that it wasn't him being a loyal dude,
Yeah, maybe. I guess I'm more like, well, you got to have a quarterback, right? And look, they got Watson at like $100 trillion. He's not the guy. He's hurting the cap. Then you have to take a rookie, and you've taken 2, and none of them are really hitting. So I don't know. I don't know. Like, he can say that all. I mean, you're probably right. He probably did say that, and I'm still like, no, dude. Take a little less and go play for the Pats. Go play for the Chiefs. Yeah. Go play for the Ravens. Go play for whoever. There's money to be made. So,
I do feel a little bit bad for all the people in Cleveland too, because this team really was on the turnaround and was one of the teams to be reckoned with in AFC. And then the owner wanted to meddle and bring in Watson, and the whole thing blew up. They were legitimate Super Bowl contenders until the Watson move.
And Stefanski's a good coach.
Good coach.
Like what, are you going to get a better coach than Stefanski? Like,
no, you're not.
Like, I don't know what the over under for the Browns is next year. I'm guessing like 5.5.
I'll be on it.
I'm going to take the under.
I think I'm going to take the over.
No way.
Remember, this is the guy that put $5 on him to win the division this year.
No way.
Well, it paid $500. So I like that bet. I bet all the last place teams. By the way, this year that was a really you got paid on a couple of them.
Jags, Bears, the only division Carolina, Jags, Bears, Carolina. And I think the only one that hit that was a favorite was Philly. So so the only preseason favorite to win their division. So if you like the Pats, we might have gave out the Pats too. I don't remember. But
yeah, Pats maybe too. Shit, I don't even know. Well, we'll end this thing on Strahan really quickly again. Hey, I did it in 16 games and blah 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 blah. And I like Strahan, and I always liked Strahan. But Mike, it's a little tone deaf. Everybody knows how you got that last sack. Everybody's well aware of the lay down and Brett Favre, you walk over and touch him. Everybody's well aware how it was handed to you as well. So let's just just be quiet.
I thought you were going to say Gastineau.
Gastineau really did it. And you know what I mean? But come on, Michael, this is best for you to just go. Congratulations, everybody. Be Wayne Gretzky right now.
Yeah.
Congratulations, man. That's great. Records are made to be broken. You guys are great.
No way. There's no way. No way.
Way, baby. Hey, now let me ask you this quick question. Give me a yes or no as fast as you can. Is Michael Irving still off of cocaine?
No.
No. Look at this. Look at this. Look at how wasted this dude is, and his body language is fake. And there's not going to be 2 or 3 straps here. He just keeps going, and people are awkwardly like, "That's enough, Michael."
It's wild. Like, I'm thrilled that he's there. Like, Ray Lewis is there, but I'm like, guys, take it down a notch.
Oh, I mean, Michael Irving, did you say, I'm not even going to put him on here, but you can just scour the internet for how many people took videos of him on the streets after and were just talking with him. He's blown out of his mind. He's blown out of his mind, stumbling around. Just, Michael, get back to Jesus, baby. Get back to Jesus.
No way. There's no way. No way.
All right, buddy, let's play a little game. Let's play a little game here called What Are These Guys Wearing? What are these guys wearing? I'm going to show you a picture of Cam Newton to start with, and I want you to take a shot at trying to figure out what is he wearing.
He's the king of this game, I'm sure.
What is he wearing right here?
Oof, I don't know. What is that?
I mean, it's got the patches on the elbows. It's got what is he wearing right there?
He always wears those insane hats. And now I like those hats on him, but I could never pull it off, but now I kind of like those hats on him.
I mean, this photo right here looks to me like maybe he was late to the set because Lin-Manuel Miranda is putting together a Hamilton-esque remake of Sherlock Holmes, and he was auditioning for Watson or some shit.
Yeah.
I mean, what is he? This is one of those outfits like the guy on a box of Old English leather wears or some shit. What is he wearing right here, man?
Yeah,
It's terrible.
I don't know. He loves doing that. It's incredible.
That is the craziest old 18th century. It looks like he's trying to hunt down Jack the Ripper or something. He's some old Scotland Yard detective or some shit. I don't even know.
That's exactly what it is. It's the Sherlock Holmes.
It's a Sherlock Holmes look, man. All right, let's take a look at this one. Here, this one's Ryan Clark. Now, you take a crack at what this is. What's Ryan Clark wearing here, man? Is he Captain Kangaroo? What's he got going on?
What is it? Is that like a Santa Claus outfit? He's got the RC there on his collar or whatever.
Yeah, it looks like the. Go ahead.
Like animation to me. It looks like it's an animated, like it looks like a fake. Somebody colored it in on the TV.
My first thought was, for you younger folks, you can Google it. He's dressed up like old Captain Kangaroo, wore that same damn jacket. But then as I looked closer, as you pointed out here, Andy, look at that. He's got the big R brooch on that jacket right there. It looks to me like he's serving drinks at the old Riviera to, you know what I mean, to Frank Sinatra and the boys, man. Sammy Davis Jr. just ordered us gin and tonic off him at the old Riviera Casino in Las Vegas and shit. What is he doing?
RC. Yeah, no. I mean, hey, I love it. I couldn't pull it off myself, but I'm into it. Go for it.
Oh man, it's terrible. They're dressed horribly. He does look like someone serving drinks in a 1960s casino. Sure. We're done with that.
No way. There's no way. No way.
All right, let's touch on a couple of other sports really quickly before we get into the big six picks, the other major four. Let's jump on the NBA for a minute. We talked about the refereeing in the NFL. Listen, the refereeing in the NBA, I just don't even know what to do anymore, Andy. It's shit like this video I'm going to show you right here is why people are tuning out. Watch this. This is a foul call on SGA against the Warriors. This was called a foul, a shooting foul. I mean, they're going to show it again here in slow motion. Everybody's losing their mind. They're like, nobody's near him. Look, Steve Kerr's even mad. Look at this. This is called a shooting foul. No one touches him here. No one's touching him here. And he's not touched after the fact.
Right.
He goes, what are we doing anymore?
No, it's true. The officiating's been bad there as well. And like, it's bad. Yeah,
that's why people are tuning out on the NBA. And you can come at me with, well, ratings are a little bit up. Yeah, the ratings are a little bit up as the people are tuning it. They've been bad for a while. Now there's a little more, there's an uptick on people watching, but then look at the ratings as to when people are turning it off. Shit like this is happening in the middle of games and people are going, I'm not watching this. And you just turn it off and you stop watching. Like you watch that Knicks Pistons games. Now we whipped their ass, but my God, Jalen Brunson somebody put some water on him before he dies. He's a fish out of water. I mean, he's flopping all over all the time.
No doubt. They've figured out how to bait the refs. Basically, they've got the refs on their heels.
And I mean, you could tell me what you think because you watch a lot of NBA. You're a big NBA fan.
I love it.
I watch it a lot, and I love to watch it, especially when the Pistons are good. Andy, I'm struggling with it. I'll be watching a game and I'll be going, first of all, half these guys don't give a fuck right now because it's barely All-Star break. You know what I mean? And second of all, I don't want to watch this. Nobody's fouling anyone. You can't do it. We're just having a free throw contest.
Yeah, the success of like the SGA that clip doesn't show, but he does a really good job of like pulling the guy towards him more and then using his body. Like it's a great move. Like he gets a foul every time.
Sure.
I think overall, like this sport's faster. It's so much harder to officiate because they're bigger, they're faster, and they're stronger than they were 10 years ago,
Right.
But yeah, I think the first half of the NBA is pretty fun, but I generally do watch it, but I don't put too much importance on it for me. It takes me like 20 games or so, for me to start getting deep into it. So
yeah, like about 20 left this season.
Yeah, like now's about the time where like I'll be willing to watch longer games. Like I'm with you in the early. I kind of tune in around halftime in a lot of the games.
A lot of them.
I let the first half kind of like just fucking dick off, and then I'm like, I'll get in when it gets a little closer here.
Yeah, and you're doing the product and the players a disservice as well because come playoffs they'll start officiating it differently. They'll start letting things go a little bit, and then everybody's like, "Oh, the playoffs are great." Well, yeah, because they're letting the guys play. They let them play some defense. They don't call every goddamn whistle except on the floppers, you know?
Right. Yeah. And also, too, like, we're willing as consumers, in my opinion, we're willing as consumers to have those type of games in the playoffs because we like that. It's the same teams over and over. In the regular season, we as consumers are not as willing to have those type of games. We want 135 to 134. And to get 135 to 134 type of games, pace has to be fast. There's going to be some fouls that are called, some ticky-tack bullshit. You're going to go to the free throw line a little more. So, that's just kind of my opinion of why it's happening a little more.
Yeah. I mean, the move started years ago, we talked about, because the dunks were exciting. They got you off the couch. Scoring points, crazy baskets, they got you off the couch. Then Curry got you off the couch with the logo threes. It gets you off the couch.
Right.
You know what could start really getting guys off the couch right now while everything's offensive and a foul? Some blocks, some good defense, somebody pinning one to the glass, turning someone away at the rim. Let's start letting them do that a little bit without blowing a whistle every goddamn time.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I got one for you. I'm just going to add this in because we're talking about the NBA, and I was pitching this last night again to our similar friend group. A couple weeks ago, maybe a month or two ago, I said, Detroit, let's not trade pieces and still see what we got in the East. I have changed my tune a little bit. I just want to say this. I've changed my tune a little bit, and I believe that I kind of want the Pistons to get somebody like Michael Porter Jr. from the Nets, who's been pretty good this year, 20, 25 a game. He's been good. Maybe traded like a Ron Holland and, an Ivy type of thing.
This is a complete flip around for you, because just last year you were like, no, go get Giannis, get rid of all these guys, make it Giannis, and I was like, no way.
I was earlier this year. I was like, don't trade. Let's just figure it out, right? Like, just let the Pistons figure it out.
Yeah,
Now I'm like, go for it, man. The East is open. Like, go. Now
that's what you were saying before. I thought was like, no, now's the time to go for it. Go get Giannis, dump these guys, get rid of it. Now, I'm with you. I'm right where I was, and I'm with where you're at now. Is like, man, if you want to go get like Porter or something, add a little piece or something here or there, I'm cool with it. But I like this core, man.
Yeah, no, I do too. I just think, I do remember the Giannis thing. I absolutely, if you can get Giannis, you should, but they're not going to get Giannis.
I wouldn't do it.
But yeah, get somebody like MPJ, like that might be. I just, at the time, I think now over the course of like 30 or 40 games, whatever we're at with the Pistons, like I think like the window is this year, because next year you're going to have the Celtics are going to be fully healthy, the Pacers are going to be fully healthy. We don't know about the Cavs, the Knicks. There's just more teams to fight through. And if I'm the Pistons, like I'm like, now's the time.
Yeah.
We can make a move now.
I'm not opposed to a move, but I need to see what it is, because there's a lot of guys on this team that are very, very happy playing their role and being role players right where they're at. Like who was the dude just the other night, had 21 points in a perfect quarter in the second quarter or something, scored 21 points, didn't miss a shot. I can't even think of his name. It's escaping me right now. But anyway, they got guys that are filling in and doing these types of things every single night, and there's no egos in the room. Everybody's playing the role. I mean, I really just like the way that the team's built right now, man. I do. See you're trying to get
Jenkins was his name.
Yeah, Jenkins. He goes 21 perfect quarter. I mean, we got guys doing things like that. Like, I don't know, man. I don't know. I'm up in the air. It'd have to be a perfect piece for me.
I'm like, I'm the people that we know last night were very against my trade.
Yeah, I'd probably be on the fence with them, and I just would be open to hearing some things, but I don't want to lose any of the the starting five and maybe the top two bench guys. I like right where we're at there. I don't know, man.
I mean, that's the other argument, but that is the other argument. You guys are going to be close. Pistons going to be close this year, regardless. Let's just play it out.
Yeah, see how it goes, man. They're just gelling, and that is the Piston way. Is we can outduel the NBA the way we've always done it with team basketball. When we get a team that plays team basketball, we win championships. You know what I mean? And I like that. Let's give it a whirl. Let's give it a run, man.
All right, everyone. Time to do me a favor and knock it off.
All right, our last one is for the NHL. This is for the NHL, and I'm tired of all the bean counters in rooms that want to keep telling us sports fans, we know how to grow the game. We need to grow the game. Hockey's a regional sport, bro. I get it. The Florida teams are winning all the championships lately, and the fans are turning out in Florida. You know why? Because they're all from the fucking Midwest.
Yeah.
Everybody that moved down there is watching hockey's from the Midwest. You dumbasses in the room that never played anything, but just look at paper numbers. You know what I mean? Here's the Winter Classic. But this was the winner. Here's a shot here. That top one is from 2014, the Winter Classic at the Big House. You got Toronto and the Red Wings. That place is packed out, 120 something thousand people. At the bottom of the picture here is this year the Winter Classic in Miami.
Yeah.
Because we're going to grow the game and we're going to have it in Miami. Stop.
Yeah.
The ice is melting. It's sloppy. Winter Classic's meant to be outside. That's the nostalgia of it, is pond hockey. Go out, watch a game outside. I mean, right side. I cut you off. Go ahead.
No, I agree with you. Like, I didn't even watch that much hockey. I like it in the playoffs, but I'm like, can't we just have like 5 Winter Classics, like 5 places? Like, I don't know what they would be, but we're talking like Wrigley. What seems like a good one. I think
great one. Done it.
The Boston one was cool.
Fenway.
Fenway's a cool place. Like, just pick 5.
Yeah.
Pick a cool one in LA. I don't give a shit. I'm just saying,
America Park, Detroit. Yeah, do it.
Do that one there. Yes, do one in Detroit. Like, do one in Minnesota. Like, do one in Buffalo.
Yeah.
Do one in Toronto. But like, we don't need to go to Florida.
You know a Winter Classic that would be absolutely nuts that people would travel to go to is if they did it in Montreal. If they did it in Montreal or like up there, Quebec, like had the Canadians in it and had somebody else, but had the game in Quebec. Oh my God, people would flock.
Yeah, do that. When I would tune in if you text me being like, oh my God, check out the Winter Classic right now. It's snowing in Montreal. They're playing outside. I'd be like, I can't wait.
Can't wait.
I can't wait to see it.
Can't wait. Like, what are you doing, NHL? I mean, come on, just please.
All right, everyone. Time to do me a favor and knock it off.
All right, buddy. All right, it is time. It is time to get what everybody's been sitting here waiting on. Although we did entertain them for a while there. I think we did entertain everybody for a while.
We had to. I didn't know what's right.
It is time for the Big Six Picks, baby. And the Big Six Picks are brought to you by the official beer choice of the DWMOD podcast. That's Old English 800. And this weekend, nothing, Andy. And starting here in a few hours tonight, baby, I'm going to be on one of these.
Brass monkey, that monkey, brass monkey, chunky.
That's right, baby. The CFP starts tonight. We got Ole Miss. Right, they're going to be playing against Miami. They're starting in a few hours here. We'll get the Brass Monkeys flowing. It's time for the playoff pick'em, baby. Are you ready?
I'm ready.
Are
you gonna read our fellow Gabe and Fanelli choices?
Yeah. So this is the contest this year.
I'm sorry. I will say normally I've been the one who's been absent, so I have never been a part where someone else has been absent.
Yeah,
so
you're gonna have fun. You're gonna get a good look at it.
Side where I can just make fun of them like everybody does me. So this is
It's true. It's just shots fired and they're not even in the room. But you are going to get a firsthand taste right now, Andy, of how much work Louis puts in when something like this happens. Now, Anthony Fanelli is back for this year, guys. You know Anthony Fanelli, Burt Rivers, Frozen in the 70s, man. We had him on the show before. Big time actor, director. He's blowing up right now. Kudos to him right now. He's getting a directing gig after directing gig right now. This guy's taking off out in LA. Very happy for him. Very happy. He's got text in his picks for this week, Andy, because he is on set directing a movie right now. Also, we're adding to the mix this year. Gabe McAteer, comedian Gabe McAteer, will be on the contest with us this year. He also had a Texas picks in this week. He's on the road right now. Couldn't get to him, but these guys are going to be on the show as soon as they can. Hopefully next week, live doing some picks. We will have them. Now, let's wrap up what happened at the end of the Big Six picks for the regular season. Here's the final standings, guys. The final standings for the Big Six picks to the end of the season. Andy, you made a run. You made a run down the stretch as you predicted that you would. It was not enough, but it was a good little run down the stretch. A good little run. The guest pickers got us for the first time in the history of the Big Six picks on DWMOD. Guest pickers take the crown, Andy. And everyone also for the first time ever in Big Six picks under 500. Everyone. The guest pickers win it at 50, 55, and 2. And they go +4 on the over-under, which they didn't need the tiebreaker. They hit 50 games for the win.
Not bad.
You and I tied. You and I ended up tied at the end of the year, just 2 games back of the guest pickers at 48 and 58. And here comes the tiebreaker. Here comes the tiebreaker for you and I in second
I
and
was
third
bad
place,
in the over-unders.
which is the shocker. I was just going to say to you, if you would have told me last year that second and third place is going to come down to you and Andy being tied, I'd be like, well, then he wins. It's going to be tiebreaker and over-under, and he's always great with that, and I am horrible with it. This year, not the case. Lucky for me, minus 12 you were on the over-unders, bud. Minus 12. I wound up minus 2.
Yeah.
Which is my greatest finish ever on over-unders, I think. Easily.
Yeah.
I'm usually minus 8 and minus 9, But hey, we made a run, though. They got us by 2 games.
So 48, 57 or 40. It's, we're rocking about a 43% or so on that for the season. Not horrible. Not great. Not where we want to be.
Up against the spread. I mean, that's right around 50%. You want to be north of it, though.
You want to be a little north.
No doubt about that.
Next year,
when we hit All Right Bet, when you guys are listening to the All Right Bet, we're going to give you our final numbers for the season on the NFL and the NCAA picks and how we did. And I'm going to tell you, we were well above 50% on all of that, especially money line dogs. Go check that out on All Right Bet, where we're going to be breaking down every single wild card game and these playoff games from this week in depth and telling you how to bet them. Right now, we're just going to be giving our picks for the Big Six picks. So let's jump into it on the first one. First game starting tonight, Andy St. Clair, Miami minus 3.5 versus Ole Miss. The over-under here is 52. Who do you like?
You'll keep this one short and sweet. And I'm going with Ole Miss. Like, I think everyone in the world's taking Miami, and I'm going to take Ole Miss because I think Chambliss is he's kind of in a heater. He's in a little bit of a heater right now, and I like what they're doing. I also think Lacey can inside run a little bit. The quickest thoughts on it, I know I said quick, and no, it's not going to be quick, which is like Ole Miss first half, I love. Ole Miss is one of the best teams at starting out quickly. Miami's going to take a little while to get moving, I think. So that, having said that, I like the over because it's the Fiesta Bowl. And the Fiesta Bowl, at the last like 16, have gone like 9-7, I think. The Fiesta Bowl is known for, in my opinion, like scores. Here's like the last, 1, 2, 3. Here's the totals of the last few games, right? Of the last like 20 games, ultimately, just the complete total. And remember, they're at 52. So Fiesta Bowl, 45, 51, 96, 72, 51, 52, 52, 72, 63, 31, which was a shutout. Clemson beat Ohio State 31-0. 72, 68, 94, 52, 78, 68. So like those, this is a bowl game that tends to go over because it's a little warmer. It's not cold. So having said that, I do think it's going to go over. I think it's going to go over. I think that's the way Ole Miss wins. If I'm taking Ole Miss, I got to take the over. I don't think Ole Miss is going to beat them 20-17. I think they're going to have to beat them 30-25, stuff like that. So
I'm not going to disagree with you too much at all there. The over, it definitely seems like it's the way to play this thing, but the way Miami's defense has played in the playoffs, for me, I'm just going to have to play it safe and go automatic under on this thing because 52 is a lot of points. And I'm thinking like 24-20 here, 27-23 maybe is like that gets you over. You know what I mean? But I don't know where. I think we're going to land somewhere in those areas, man. I'm going to be on Miami to win the game, but Ole Miss to cover. Now, don't mix it up. I'm going to be rooting for Ole Miss like a son of a bitch, and I'll have some money line dog money going on them. I want Ole Miss to win the whole damn thing so Lane Kiffin can eat it. But I'm going to take Ole Miss to cover. You're going to have to give me the hook. I'll take Miami to win the game, and I'm going to be on the under. I'll be on the under on this thing.
I will say this. For the under, if you like the under, which you do in this case, Ole Miss D-backs they are some of the best D-backs. It's going to be very hard to throw on Ole Miss, right? You can run on them some. It's going to be very hard to throw on them. So that's kind of I think the plan you're going to want.
Yeah, Miami running the football is what I'm counting on.
Yeah,
slowing
that's
this
what
thing
you
down.
want. I just think Chambliss is going to get away and he's going to get popping a little bit. Here's the only other thing that makes me nervous about taking Ole Miss, and I'm going to take Ole Miss, is the other two games. They played Tulane and Georgia. In those two games, they had already played them. So the coaches and the coaching staff that is still left at Ole Miss, which aren't a lot, right? They actually didn't have that much work to do, right? They truly didn't. They let's go back through our notes that Lane did in week 3 and week 7, whatever. Let's look at those notes and basically kind of build our game plan around that. Now we have a team they've never played, and that's Miami. And it's like, how good are these coaches? I don't truly know, the Ole Miss coaches, right? This is, to me, the first game without out Lane and some of the staff. So that's what makes me nervous about Ole Miss.
Yep, that's a little something to keep you nervous there. A little something to keep you nervous here. Now, for those who don't know, those that are new to the crew, we're scoring this thing differently for the playoff pick'em. We score this thing differently for the playoff pick'em, and you guys are welcome to play along at home. I should have started with that. I want to tell you guys this. Anybody that gets at us on our social media, Instagram, Threads, Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, anybody wants to respond to any of our videos and put your picks in for these games, you are going to pick the winner. Who's going to win the game? Then you'll pick who will cover or not cover the spread, and then you're going to pick the over-under on every single game. Anybody that gets a collective score better than everyone on the show, you're going to win yourself an official jersey of your choice. NFL football jersey of your choice. Stitched, beautiful, $150 jersey. Anybody that can beat us during the week, get those online guys and get them at us. Here's our next guest picker now on the show. It's going to be the All-Star Burt Rivers.
At a casino in 1974, Burt Rivers' life was about to change forever.
Did my pina colada make it?
Back from the deep freeze, Burt Rivers discovered another way to game.
What? Are you playing slots on a squashed hockey puck?
It's the Bet Rivers Online Casino.
Right on. You got a casino in your pocket?
Burt Rivers. Burt Rivers is going to be on the show making picks here, guys. So let's see what Anthony took on the first one here. Anthony Fanelli. Oh, that's not the right clip. Hey, what are you doing up there? Come on, Louis.
Well,
let's get with it. We're talking. Yeah, now we're going to change our picks yet, idiot. No, let's get it. It's the Miami. Yes, there we go. There we go. Anthony Fanelli is going to take Miami all the way, laying 3.5 in the over. So he thinks Miami just takes the game, covers, and they're going to, and it hits the over.
Well, he likes like 35-17, basically.
Yeah,
30,
he likes this thing to go nuts at Miami to score a bunch of points.
Or 36-17. Like I just don't know. I don't know if Miami can hold Ole Miss. Look, I'm going to comment on everybody's picks when they're not here. I just don't know if Miami can. I don't know if we can get both. Maybe we'll. That's a Miami blowout.
Yeah, well, hey, there's going to be a lot of picks. So get ready to say a lot of things here coming down the stretch. Gabe McAteer. Let's see who Gabe's got. He's not in the house. He'll be with us next week. Let's see who Gabe likes in this one. Gabe's with me. He thinks Miami on the win, Ole Miss to cover the 3.5, and he'll be on the under. Oh, he's right in line with me. So we'll see. No ground.
I like Ole Miss over, baby.
That's it. Ole Miss over for Andy. All right, let's jump to this next game. It's going to be Friday night. It's Indiana minus 3.5 versus Oregon. The over-under here is 47.5. And let's just jump right to the boys. You got that ready over there, Louis? Let's just jump right to theirs. What does Anthony think on this one? Hey, Anthony likes Indiana all the way, laying the 3.5 and the over. And let's see what Gabe likes. You got that one right? Here we go. Okay, hey, Gabe likes Indiana all the way, minus 3.5 and the over. I'll tell you who I like in this one because I think, Andy, you're going to be on the team you've been on. I think that might be your same pick, but I'll let you get to that. I'm going to take Indiana to win this game, but I'm going to take Oregon to cover the spread. You're going to give me the 3.5. I think this is going to be a field goal game. The over under 47.5. I think it's absolutely going to be an over. These two teams played each other before, and it was a really good game. You remember that game was a knockout battle. I think you got two good coaches. I think we're going to have a hell of a football game. I'm going to take Indiana to win the game, Oregon to cover, and give me the over. What say you, Andy?
I placed this bet last night on Ole Miss money line and Oregon money line. Here's I'm going to take Oregon. I'm going to take the 4, and I'm going to take the 4 or 3.5. It's now up to 4. I was like a 4.
Right.
So I think it's going to be close regardless, ultimately. But look, Indiana is awesome. I love Cignetti. I've loved Cignetti for 2 years at Indiana. I think he's great. I hope he wins. I would like to miss this pick. I just think, Oregon has done a few small things. They changed their defense a little bit. I like Lanning as a coach. I don't think Lanning is going to get pantsed by Cignetti. I just don't think he will. I think Lanning is like a very good coach, and I think he's going to have Oregon ready. If you can get some explosive plays on Indiana, I like your shot there. I like that chance. So, but can Dante Moore do it? There's a lot of stuff talks about Dante Moore when he plays really good defenses like Indiana, like Ohio State, like, who did they play last week? Texas Tech. Like he's fine. He's kind of an average quarterback. He's not he's good when he plays the bad teams, of course. But I'm going to go with the Ducks. I am very torn on this, the over-under. I kind of want to take the under because I kind of smell like a 24-20. But in this game, I think I got to take the over because, it's going to be like 24-20, and then somebody's going to get a junk touchdown at the end and go over by like 51. So I'm going to go over. I probably in college I'm going to get on both overs, and I'm going to take both dogs. So I'm taking Oregon money line.
Okay, Oregon on a money line. There it is, baby. Andy's going to be on them.
I think Oregon's going to be the national champ. That's where I'm leading.
Well, listen, it's not a terrible pick. I mean, it's wide open. Any one of these teams that are left could absolutely do this, man. They could absolutely get it done. All right, hey, let's jump to wild card weekend in the NFL. NFL wildcard weekend is honest. A lot of teams none of us expected to be in the playoffs are in it. It's going to be a fun playoff this year. We have a lot of stars who are not in it. It's going to be all brand new to your eyeballs this year. Let's jump on this first game. It's the Rams laying 10.5 points on the road at Carolina. The over-under here, 46.5. And I'll tell you who I like first. I know this is a lot of points. This is a lot of points in a playoff game. This is crazy. I'm going to take the Rams to cover them all, baby. Just give me the Rams to cover it all the way and give me the over. I don't think they're fucking around. I think they're going to show up and beat the doors off of Carolina. What do you think, bud?
I'm going to take the Panthers at 10.5. Like it's too many points. This game, it's just too many points, and they're at home. I'm going to take the under, and let me give you if you remember that Carolina Rams game. These are the 3 touchdown drives that Carolina scored on from 33, 45, and like 35. That they can't keep that pace up, right? So that tells me those touchdowns are going to come down. Like they did it, what I'm saying is that more time is going to be ran, and you may get a few more field goals and less touchdowns. Also, Stafford threw a pick 6. And that's how they got to like 59. You take away 2 of those touchdowns, basically is what I'm saying, and they're at 45. And I do think Carolina's going to play a lot slower. I think that, and I like the Carolina defensive coordinator, Evero. I can give that into bet. So I like the under a lot in general. So give me the under and give me Carolina.
And Carolina all the way.
Yep. Not to win.
Oh, that's what I'm saying. So Rams to win.
Rams. Yes. Sorry. I forgot. That's how we do it. Rams to win. Carolina. Rams win. Carolina covers. And then
there we go. And the under.
And get the under.
Okay,
yeah.
And the under.
So I forgot we always do win cover. I forgot we do that.
Yeah, because that's how the point.
So I'm Old Miss over, and then I'm Oregon, whatever I chose over.
Yeah. This is the first one you had to do it on.
Right.
This is the first one.
This is the first one I got to do. Win. Gotcha. Okay.
No, we got to do them on all of them. But your other picks where you didn't need to, you're taking them all the way. Just for you guys at home, this is how we scored. If you pick the winner of the game, you get 1 point. Okay. If you nail the over under, you get 2 points. And if you beat the spread, you get a bonus 3 points. So that's how you get your total points.
That's right. I forgot. Yeah. Now I'm a little more nervous about my Oregon, but fuck it. It's too late. I'm going to go with
it. But fuck it, Well, you're lucky I said something or you'd have been on Carolina all the way there. You don't want that.
Yeah. You're like, I guess he's taking Carolina. No, Rams to win, Carolina cover.
Let's see who Gabe McAteer likes in this one. Hey, Gabe likes the Rams to win, but he's going to take Carolina and the 10.5 and the under. He's 100% on board with you. You might say he's a smart dude. Let's see what Anthony likes. Anthony is going to be the say he's going to take the Rams to win, Carolina and the over. So he's going to be in bed with me. Hypothetically, that's what we're going to say. All right, let's jump to the next one.
You're taking the over?
Yeah, I'm on the over. I'm on Rams all the way. And the
can I give you an over under stat? Just and now
sure.
This is going to change
it's going to be you give it. You gave it out on Big Six, but give it again.
No, I didn't give it. Not to the wild card weekend. Wild card weekend over unders in outdoor games in the last 23 years. The unders when the total's at 41 or higher, 42 and 14 to the under. 42 and 14 to the under.
Wow.
By the way. When they're at 44 or higher, just let's add 3 more points. 49 and 23, 68%. So what I keep saying is like, you're going to hear a lot of under talk from me. A lot of under talk.
All right.
Under. And it's windy, man. Windy. So just get ready for it.
Yeah, it is. It is going to be. Here's one that's going to be exactly everything you just described. Bears plus 1.5 at home dogs to the Green Bay Packers. The over-under here is 46.5. Let's see what Gabe likes first. Let's jump on Gabe first. Gabe likes the Packers to win the game, but Bears to cover and the over. So he thinks 21-20 is going to be.
Yeah, that's a tough call by him.
You know what I mean? He's going to take the 1.5 points for the cover, but also take the over.
I don't even know. That's going to be, if it hits, Gabe is he is the leader in the clubhouse.
He's the guru. He'll pull way ahead if he hits that one. That'll be an eagle from the fairway. I'll tell you that. All right, let's jump on Anthony's pick here. Anthony's taking Bears all the way. He thinks Bears just to win the game, screw the 1.5, and he likes the over in this thing as well. Both these guys on the over. Andy, This is one I'm 100% on board with you. No way. This is going to be an under football game all day long. And I'm going to tell you, I'm taking Green Bay all the way. We saw the Lions just do it to the Bears last week. We know the recipe to beating the Bears. Control the game, stick it to them, run the football a bit. Green Bay's going to do that. They're going to take the Dan Campbell plan into this game. They're a better football team, especially defensively. We've heard nothing but love for this Bears defense of how vaunted they are. They've stumbled upon a lot of these turnovers in games and lucky wins and onside kicks, and they're a good football team, but you're not looking at the whole picture if you think that that's who the Bears are. Give me Green Bay all the way, and I'll take the under.
Just a few things. This is the time of year where I talk about the weather a lot in games because it's important and you have to look it up. It's going to be like rain, sleeting in Chicago on Saturday night. It's going to feel about 10 degrees. So, it's going to be some snow, maybe, possibly. I get a little nervous. I will be honest. I'm on Packers. Look, let me first start there. I'm on the Packers. Win, cover. Green Bay, except for 1 5-minute stretch, there's one every second. The only time they haven't led the Bears is in that overtime loss when he hits that touchdown. So, I also have to take. I got to go against. First-time quarterbacks starting in the playoffs, which would be May, Bryce Young, and Caleb, are 20-40 straight up, 20-39-1 against the spread. So, I just can't take Caleb. I can't do it. I want to do it. But I can't do it. So, anyway, I'm going to go. I'm going to take the under in this game. But I will say this. Last week in that Bears-Lions game, there was a moment when the Bears didn't go for it and they punted, and the camera caught Ben Johnson and he said, "We should have gone for it." Do you remember that part of the game?
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. So that is where my concern is for the over. Also a snover is my concern because a lot of games when the snow hits, everybody's like, it's under. And then these guys score like 70 points because it's 38-33. So snover is my first concern, but the other is the Ben Johnson thing when he said we should have gone for it. So I do believe on Saturday night, he is going to be excessively aggressive in the game. Excessive. And I also believe LaFleur will join him in being excessively aggressive in this game. And that is when you add that. Now that's how short fields happen, as you know.
For sure.
As a Dan Campbell fan.
I watch Lions games.
Yeah. So that's how short fields happen. So I was probably confident on 10 on the under. Now I'm about a 5. Because a couple slip ups and then we're talking halftime at 17-14. And we're absolutely doomed on the under. So I'm going to take the under, but I'm just recommending caution in that one a little bit.
Yeah. And speaking of your boy Ben Johnson, I'm sure you saw the statement he made this week that leaked out of the locker room, that he made a very poignant speech to everybody in the room that over the next 4 weeks, if you're not 100% here and in this building and everything you've got is going into this and you're not thinking about anything else, no distractions, off-season vacation, things you're planning, family thing, nothing. If your 100% focus isn't in this room for the next 4 weeks, don't show up. Okay, but time out. This is again, I don't enjoy tone-deaf statements. Just last year, when you got bounced as the number 1 seed by Washington, you were out auditioning and interviewing for jobs all over the NFL at this very moment. So just stop it. Stop it. You know what I mean? It just that bugged me as a Lions fan.
No, for sure.
No, you're all in, but come on,
Yeah.
just knock it off. I wish I could. Don't play it. Louis is going to play knock it off. Don't do it.
Yeah.
All right, let's jump to the next game here. We got 4 games left here. Let's do Bills -1 at the Jags. The over-under here, 52.5. I'll let you go first, Andy.
This is the one game I think I'm confident in saying the over. I think there's a real opportunity. I'm taking the Jags +1. I'm taking the Jags money line. Look, I think it would not shock me. I'll say that at the end of this game, if the final score is like 38-17, Jags. Like I think it could get out of hand. It could get out of hand. So I like the Jags. I know I told you privately. I like Jags first half money line bet a lot. Jags are awesome in the first half at home. The Bills slow starters, a lot like the Rams. But I think it's a Jag spot. I think the winner of this game wins the AFC, by the way. And I'll give this out an all right bet, but I'll give it here. I believe you should be playing a future on Jags to win the AFC at like +500-600 and Jags win the Super Bowl +1,500. Because look, I'm not saying they're going to win the Super Bowl, but if they win the AFC, like you can hedge, and at that point, I think you should do it. So winner of this game to me wins AFC.
Yeah, brother, we're 100% on board with each other here. Jags, absolutely a live dog to go all the way to the bowl. Listen, the offense is clicking like a son of a bitch, and everybody's talking about Trevor Lawrence, the offense. It looks great. They're clicking, they're humming, they're fast starters. They got it all going. Nobody's talking about this Jags defense, and baby, this Jags defense is playing good football right now, all the way around. I love it. I'm with you, man. I'm Jags all the way and the over, and I got a hunch that everybody else is going to be pretty close to the same here. Yeah, there's Gabe. Jags all the way and the over. And let's see what Anthony has to say. Jags all the way and the under.
Okay.
So he's the only one taking the under, but I agree with you, man. I agree with you. Other than Josh putting his cape on and caping the Bills to a victory, which very well could happen.
Right.
I'm not going to be like, that can't happen. I've seen Josh Allen. He could do it. And I've seen the Jags be Jags. I just think they're different this year, and I'm with you, man. I think
that's the hard part, I think, in this game is like you definitely you want to take the Jags, but like you're going to go to sleep Saturday night and you're going to be like, am I really going to bet against Josh Allen?
I know it
in this moment. Like it's a lot of people say maybe he's better than Mahomes. To me, he's not, but I get that he's different. But like, you know, it's like last year, 2 years ago, everybody's like you're betting against Mahomes, the better quarterback. People were doing it. And I'm like, I remember being like, don't do it. Bet on Mahomes. And here's an opportunity to be like, bet on Josh Allen. And then the first opportunity I get, I'm like, I'm taking the Jags. Like, I'm wary. I could be stepping in it here. So
yeah, you could be. You could be, and Bill's front office could be stepping in it too, because you just weren't prepared for this one chance you were going to get with Mahomes out, Lamar out, Burrow out, and you're not prepared because you just were like, Josh will win the games. Let's spend some money somewhere else, and you didn't give him anything. I mean,
sure.
We'll see, but they can run the football. We'll get into it in all right bet. We're going to get deep into that in all right bet for sure. We're going to break this thing down. Let's jump to the next game. Eagles -4.5 at home against the 49ers. The over under here is 44.5. Let's see what Anthony had to say first. There, Bert Rivers he's rolling Frisco all the way, taking Frisco in the points, Frisco to win, and he's going to play the under. And Gabe McAteer, same thing. Frisco all the way, take the points and the under. Andy, I'll tell you where I'm at on this thing, buddy. We talked a little bit about this on text, and at first, with the way the Niners were playing a couple of weeks ago, when we looked like we were going to have this matchup, you could put that text up on me, and I was like, give me the Niners right now in that game. Eagles not very good, but now that Niners defense a little more beat up, got another starting linebacker out, cannot stop the run. I think it's going to be a steady dose of Saquon Barkley. I'm going to take the Eagles all the way. I'm going Eagles all the way and the under. Eagles are automatic under for me. Give me the Eagles to torch them. Let's go.
Yeah, I think I said on those texts. I'll say it again. Eagles. It's all Eagles. Look, I favorite bet on the board. We'll talk about this in bet as well. Is this under? To me, when the Niners play bad defenses, they struggle to score points. Now, the Niners of the last 4 or 5 weeks, we saw them put up a lot of points, but go back and look at who they were beating, right? They were beating the Titans, the Browns. Like, they were beating up bad defenses. Yes, bad defenses. My other thought is Jalen Hurts kind of does a little bit of a Mahomes impression in the playoffs. Hurts almost plays coy in the regular season. He runs a little bit, right? But in the playoffs, he runs all the time.
Yep.
He runs all the time. So I'm also betting Jalen Hurts over rushing yards. You could tell me it's 74. I'd be like, give me the over. Like, I just think he's going to run a lot. That the Eagles defense is finally healthy. Jalen Carter's back. He had maybe a torn pec. He's back. I also Trent Williams may not play for the Niners. That's a problem. The other side is Lane Johnson may not play. That is offensively going to be a problem for the Eagles. To me, the Eagles are kind of they're like a Air Force Academy. They're like a military school, like Army or Navy. They can go drive for a quarter or two, and then the next drive can be like a 12-minute long drive, and that eats up clock, and that's why I like the under. So anyway, all that said, under the Eagles.
Yeah, under the Eagles, and I'm with you 100% on that. All right, let's jump to this next one. This should be a pretty good game. I think this is going to be a great game. New England -3.5. They got the Bolts coming to town, who took the last couple weeks off because they're just getting everybody back healthy if they can. And it's 46 for the over-under here. Let's jump to Gabe first and see what Gabe likes in this one. Gabe likes Patriots to win the game, but the Bolts to cover and the under. Anthony is going to be on Bolts all the way. He's on Bolts all the way and the over. Where are you at on this one, Andy?
I'm on the Chargers. I'm on the Chargers all the way. Chargers, I think they're going to win. I think they're going to cover, and I like the under. I think I like the under. I'm going to take the under because it's going to be Sunday night. I know me, so I'm just going to do it here. It's going to be Sunday night. It's going to be cold. It's going to be New England. Two good defenses. Pats are awesome. They're kind of like the Bears. They're the AFC Bears, or the Bears of the NFC Pats. Like, the problem is Pats have played nobody, right? And it's like the Bears. The Bears have really played nobody. They've almost lost to a lot of bad teams. The Pats have beaten a lot of bad teams. So I don't know if I'm just who do I trust in this situation. Right now I'm trusting Herbert, and I'm trusting Harbaugh. And I'm going to see May's first time starting quarterback. So I'm just going to kind of ride with that aspect and I'm going to go Chargers upset.
Yeah.
And under.
I'm going to give you two metaphors here right now. This game makes me feel like. Number one, it makes me feel like a big fat alley rat staring at a big piece of cheese in a trap. Mm-hmm. And then I just see Admiral Akbar going, "It's a trap. It's a trap." I'm with you. I'm on everything you said. You got the rookie quarterback. You haven't really played anybody. You got the Chargers on some rest coming in. Harbaugh, good coach. Vrabel, good coach. But it's just everything's lining up to me to look at that big piece of cheese and go, no, that's a trap. Oh, that's a trap. Yeah. I'm taking the Bolts. I'm on the Bolts, but I'm going to play the over.
Okay. That's a close one. I'm just kind of going with I know I'm going to want the under, but this is one of the other games I think like you could get me on the over here. Yeah, I may switch by Sunday, but I'm with you. I think the Pats could win like a field goal late. So that to me, that's also. But I'm just gonna ride with. I'm gonna ride with this.
Yeah, I'm gonna ride with the Chargers as well and the over in this one. Everything we said, and we're gonna get deep into that on the Big Six picks. All right, here's the final pick of the week. Final pick for Wild Card Week, and then this thing's going to dwindle down, man. There won't be a ton of games next week. It is Houston Texans laying 3 at the Pittsburgh Steelers. The over-under here, 39.5. We know the deal. This is a Tomlin spot. You don't bet against Mike Tomlin as a home dog at 3 or more. You got to be on him, and you can take all that and flush it down the toilet for me because I'm off it. That Houston defense looks legit. I'm going to be on Houston the whole way. Just give me Houston to cover. Give me Houston to win this game. The Cinderella is over. There'll be no missed kicks. There'll be no referees taking touchdowns off the board like they did in Detroit. Pittsburgh turns back into a pumpkin. Give me the Houston Texans, and I'll be on the under. Who do you like, Andy?
I like I'm not betting against Tomlin. Are you crazy? Like, what are you talking about? Like, that to me, what you said is the craziest thing of everything. Like, this is the spot. Like, give it to me at 3, give it to me at plus 2.5, give it to me at plus 3.5. Tomlin, the Pittsburgh Steelers since 1992 on Monday Night Football are 23-1. 23-1. The only time they've ever lost on Monday Night Football, there was no fans in the crowd, and it was a COVID game that they moved from like Sunday till Monday against the Commanders. And by the way, at the time, the Steelers were 11-0 when they moved that game to Monday. So it was their first loss, and Alex Smith and the Commanders beat them. You're telling me they're going to be 23-2?
Yep.
No, no way. There's absolutely no way. Look, I love Tomlin last week. Mike Tomlin spot. We're taking Mike Tomlin money line. Yes. I love Mike Tomlin this week. The Steelers are going to win this game. The Texans peaked about 4 weeks ago, and that's what everybody remembers. This Texans team is not the same as it was 4 weeks ago. Rodgers is going to win the game. Rodgers 12-2 all time on Monday Night Football, by the way. Give me the Steelers and give me this is a tough one, but I'm going to take the under.
I'm going to take the under as well. Steelers all the way and the under for you. All right, man. Well, let's see what these other guys had to say really quickly to wrap things up this week. Gabe McAteer is going to be on Houston all the way, -3 and the under. And Anthony Fanelli is going to be on Houston to win, but he likes the Steelers to cover and the under, which brings us to an interesting point. Now that just hit the screen, we got to talk this out really quickly between you and I. We got to decide how we're going to score pushes, and I'm going to give you two options here because there's some spreads that are at an even 3. Should we say if you get to a push, you did not win, so you get 0 points, or should we say, because it's only on the over-unders, or should we say if you get the push, you get the points because you did not lose? The other team, the winning team, did not cover is the argument here.
Well, and on the second part, so if you get the push, I guess then if you're not, I would always bet the plus side, right? If I was just trying to game the system, like, okay, well then give me the +3 always, right? Why you should always take the +3.
Yeah.
So, in that version, right?
Right. Well, then you're right. We should land in the middle and just say you get a point.
How many points do we give for a push, or for I guess it depends.
If you win the game, you get 1 point.
The other option is you add a 0.5. Just throwing it out there. You could be 3.5. Everything's 0.5 or 2.5.
That's interesting. You get a half point if you get a push, and then that half point could win it for you because you got a push at the end, which gives you a tie at the end. Yeah, let's do that. Let's go half point. That makes sense to me. Half point.
Also, here's another one: is you could take the line and add a half point to it.
Moving forward. I kind of like the tiebreaker thing. It might be fun if somebody gets a half point on a push and then they win it. Let's go with that. All right. See there? See how quickly and democratically and you can figure things out when you just talk things out, people.
Hey, can I throw one more thing at you here?
Yeah, do it.
Steelers. And this is probably an all right bet section. I did say it there too. I do believe you should be putting a little bit of money, take a little long shot on the Pittsburgh Steelers to win the AFC. And here's my reasoning, and let me explain why. Right? If you don't want to bet, if you like the Steelers and you don't want to bet their money line, my suggestion is to bet them to win the AFC. First off, they got to go. If they win this game, they're most likely going to go to Denver. I'm okay with that. Denver, we all think Denver's overrated. Pittsburgh, Denver, what is that? 55, 45? Okay, sure. Then if they win that game, they got to go to what? Where are they going? They got to go to Jacksonville, maybe New England, maybe Buffalo, maybe. My point is, you got a chance. I'm not saying it's a likely chance. All I'm saying is at plus 1,800 to win the AFC. What are we doing? We all should be on that. We all should be on the Steelers to win the AFC.
All right, let me see. I'm gonna try to pull this up on my phone and make this bet right now. Oh man, you know what my bet site told me?
No way. There's no way. No way.
They won't even let me make the bet. They said ethics. They can't take the money from me that easily.
Now, you may recall I said Tyler Shuck plus 200 to 1.
Oh, baby, we're going to get to that. Oh,
you may want to take that bet.
Baby, we'll beat that up on All Right Bet, man. We'll beat that up. Speaking of, if you guys want to know how to gamble these games, like I'm telling you here, these are our picks for the contest. This is fun. We got celebrities on the show. We're doing things. We're making picks. We're having fun. We're doing our regular bits over here. You get it. If you want to know how to bet the games, you know where to go. Go on over to All Right Bet. It's going to be a good episode this week over there. We're going to break down all 6 of these games on how to bet them, not just who's going to win the game. This is how you bet these games. Head over to All Right Bet if you want to make some money this weekend, and you should really tune in this weekend because you don't have all the college games to bet on. You don't have all the NFL games to bet on this week. You need to hit some of the bets you're going to make because it's a short list, man. So get on over there and check it out, baby, and we'll see you next time.
Bye.
We cutting loose.
college football is now B1G versus SEC.
Down. Put.
If you ain't listening to All Right Bet with me and Andy St. Clair, you're throwing away money.
Ready.
All Lions fans drinking that Kool-Aid. Super Bowl. Hey, disagree with me or don't. That's how it works. That's it, baby. That's it.
All right.
Gonna be a good weekend, man. All right. I'll put you
Yeah,
out. We'll
go
start
see
the
you.
next one. Yeah, do your thing. Yeah, I'll send you a new link.